This rundown industrial area on the outskirts of Bangkok is the hub of a new trade that's making a few people very rich while putting millions of others at risk. These are bags of discarded medical gloves, many filthy dirty, confiscated by the Thai Food and Drug Administration in December. It says they're part of a global supply chain aimed at countries worldwide desperate to buy medical-grade natural gloves amid a worldwide shortage that will take years to ease. One of the customers who thought he was buying the real thing was Florida-based businessman Tarek Kirshen.
We start getting phone calls from clients completely upset and, yelling and screaming at us.
Kirshen was one of many customers of a Thai company called Patty the Room Trading Company.
These were reused gloves. They were washed, recycled. We don't know what they were, where they came from. Some of them were dirty, some of them had blood stains.
Kirshen says he sent the gloves to landfill and notified the U.S. FDA in February. But this is just one case. In the middle of a pandemic, Patty the Room had plenty of willing buyers. And the U.S. continued allowing the shipments into the country, according to import records examined by CNN. Louis Ziskin's company was another looking to cash in on the lucrative business.
You guys were seeing dollar signs.
Yeah, 100%. We saw dollar signs. We had legitimate medical customers who were literally begging for this stuff.
Ziskin's company, Air Queen, paid Patty the Room more than $2.7 million for 400,000 boxes of medical-grade nitrile gloves, reassured by glowing inspection reports purportedly carried out by a reputable third party. But that inspection company tells CNN those reports were forged.
Open them up.
The shipment was independently inspected when it arrived in Los Angeles. Most of the gloves were actually lower quality latex or vinyl, packed into nitrile boxes. Many others were very clearly soiled and secondhand.
Not fit for use in a hospital.
Not fit for use by anybody.
Ziskin's shipment sat for months in an LA warehouse, so we sent an expert and our camera to see for ourselves. Douglas Stein has spent 30 years importing PPE from Asia and has been tracking fraud and scams in the nitrile glove industry since the pandemic began.
But you can see the way it's packed. They're just clumps, like somebody just took handfuls and stuffed them in the box. These were washed, definitely. This one is completely brown, discolored. This is nitrile, but you can tell it's been through a washer and a dryer. And it's changed color due to the heat.
Ziskin's shipment of counterfeit soiled gloves came in fake boxes of the legitimate Thai brand Sri Trang, which says it has nothing to do with Patty the Room. Kirshen's gloves were branded SkyMed, a company the Thai FDA says is, quote, for sure fake.
To me, the fact that these companies were never blacklisted is shocking.
Emails provided to CNN show that back in February, his company did inform U.S. Customs and Border Protection that Patty the Room was sending substandard and used medical gloves to the U.S. Yet import records show that 28 containers totaling more than 80 million gloves were imported to the U.S. from that same company after Ziskin's warning was sent. It's unclear where most ended up or if they've been used in a medical setting.
The Department of Homeland Security is investigating Patty the Room, but acknowledged to CNN that fake medical products do reach the U.S.
I think all of us would love to get to a point that not a single counterfeit, dangerous good entered the U.S.
In March, Ziskin's company also informed the FDA, which that same month acknowledged that Patty the Room was using fake safety documents for its shipments. The FDA did not alert concerns about Patty the Room until August, 5 months after they were tipped off. It would not comment on the ongoing investigation. But in any case, so desperate was the need for PPE that some of the normal checks on imported nitrile gloves had been temporarily waived.
There was just no other answer. That opened the floodgates for all the nefarious behavior.
The FDA told CNN that to help ensure the U.S. has enough gloves during the pandemic, it does not intend to object to the distribution and use of patient examination gloves that lack full safety paperwork, as long as they meet standards and don't create an undue risk. In reality, there are no routine checks on gloves arriving into the U.S., unless a company has been flagged. CNN attempted to reach out to Patty the Room and its partner company, but they did not respond to questions. The Thai FDA raided Patty the Room in December last year, but did not succeed in shutting it down.
How can that happen?
คือแสดงว่ามันย้ายที่
They just kept moving around and created a new fake company. Once being shut down, they would move to another location.
It's not just Thailand that has a problem. Law enforcement officials say similar scams are common throughout Asia.
Now, 2 other companies told CNN they'd also received unusable gloves from Patty the Room, but the truth is we don't know how many fake or used medical gloves have entered the U.S. during the pandemic. Louis Ziskin went to Thailand to try to get his money back, but was charged with assault and kidnapping after a confrontation with a glove salesman. When Thai police produced no evidence against him, he was allowed to leave the country, though Thai police tell CNN the investigation is not closed. As for all those gloves in the LA warehouse, they were finally seized by federal authorities 5 months after Ziskin first raised the alarm. Scott McLean, CNN, London.